Welcome to Deepnight Revelation. We've been off for a couple weeks. Real life biting us in the ass once again. Stuff comes up, but we are back where we left off. These guys are they've discovered a planet, and it was obvious from orbit that there were once cities on this world, and they are now overgrown with vegetation. They didn't see um, aside from trees and vines and whatnot. I didn't see a whole lot of signs of sentient life from orbit, and they decided to go down and examine some of this, and they picked the most obvious city. That it seems that whatever happened here, it was rather sudden, and this seems to have been the last city to have fell, and it from their estimations, from the scans that they've done coming in, it seems that whatever happened here actually only occurred about 25 years ago, and yet it is almost completely overgrown. And the reason for that became soon apparent in that these cities were tech level 10 Droyne cities, not ancient design, but just regular old tech level 10 stuff. And so these Droyne, they ran into some of these Droyne. They were survivors, and they evidently come back to the city to scavenge whatever they can get their three-fingered little claw-like hands on. And they were the Droyne were quite surprised, not only surprised, but a bit concerned because the travelers' arrival woke up the forest, and the forests are all filled with biologicals, and they have quickly woken up and come in. According to the droid's leader, what was his name? Eskakroy. He tells them that their ship alerted the biologicals, and so, but he has a plan on getting them out of here. The travelers sent a radio transmission. There were a couple of crew members that were still aboard their scout ship, the Desnex, the original, and they told them to go ahead and take off. They were going to go. They were going to follow these Droyne on their way out. And as the Desnex took off, vines creeped up and jumped up out of the forest, wrapped around it, and pulled it back down to the ground, and there was a big explosion. And so it can be assumed that the Desnex is now vapor, and the travelers are in the city trying to rush to where Eskakroy is leading them. The last thing that they saw as they were getting surrounded by ambulators and heavy lifters. The heavy lifters are armed with starship grade weaponry, and but they, from what they can see, Eskakroy is leading them to a building that looks like an old train station or monorail station. And so that's where we are picking up in the midst of battle. Oh, and they got a call from a call from the Revelation, who is monitoring the situation, that says that there's something even bigger out in the forest that is moving towards their position, and so um, that's where we're picking up in the hectic scramble to escape the city. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everybody we do have a merch store via Zazzle. We've got T-shirts and hoodies and buttons, and we've got whiskey rocks glasses and beer steins and all manner of stuff. And 100% of the proceeds from that store goes directly back into our channel. Um, Things like our Roll 20 Pro subscription and our Incarnate subscriptions. They all kind of gang up on us at the beginning of every month, and then they're not such minor little subscriptions anymore. So if you are enjoying the show and you like what you're seeing, go ahead and go on over there and pick yourself up a T-shirt, and we appreciate everything that you do for us. All right, so I get to break out the heavy lifters. Hmm. look at. Yeah, these guys are. It's funny because they're heavy lifters, but they're calling them heavy combat ambulators. They're the same thing though. They're just equipped. All right, so well, that is a hit. So you guys hear. Well, you can't see it, but you hear um, a loud a loud boom, and and you see that there is from over in this area a big burst of uh, detritus goes off, and and you can see just over the top of this building this large uh, heavy combat lifter. You can see him kind of move every once in a while. You can see him kind of bouncing up and down over the skyline. Up here, I think he's going to and miss. Up here, you hear another boom, and the corner of this building, like through this building seems like it's made of like concrete. You can see that the corner of the building explodes out, and a mix of concrete chips and bone fragments kind of sprays down through the area. This guy. It would be nice if they'd have told me what their move was. I guess I'm just going. Oh, I guess he's going to. Sure, why not? He successfully hits this building, and from right here, that section of building just explodes out into a shower of debris. Ambulators are on the move. One of them is on fire. Like this guy. Give him. Is there a fire icon? Sure, that looks good. He's on fire. Interesting. Yeah, you guys kind of suck. You just get a +1 for dex. Okay. Oh, all right. He tries to pull the trigger on his bone spitter, and it goes click 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 click, and evidently is out of ammo. Um, this guy. I'm gonna try the same thing, and hopefully that's better. Oh, like giant weapons. What the fuck? Dude, This guy's injured. You hear a burp as bone spitters go off. These guys. Ready for next round. All right. We'll hopefully Pappy will show up here in the next 10 minutes or so. Startup, what would you like to do?
I guess I will fire.
This is the front door to this building. They're all kind of trying to get up here, and evidently they've got problems up there.
Do I don't have line of sight on these guys, right? This building's blocking my view.
Which one?
This brown.
Yeah, this building would block your line of sight for these guys up here.
Okay.
You can see a big cloud of smoke, and every once in a while you can see fire leap up over the building. You know that there's fire over there, but beyond that, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so I guess I'll run to here. And let me see, where's this thing? And I'll fire the flame burst at that dude right there. I'm at -2 because of the range, but
yeah.
But it's burst 3, so I actually want to put it at right behind him if I can. This is actually my ideal spot would be over here.
Right. Well, with burst 3, I mean,
yeah.
And didn't we? Yeah, we determined that the Instill Arms flame rifle, the actual Revelation flame rifle, had better range, if I remember correctly.
It did, but that's fine.
No, that's fine. We can just use that one. It doesn't matter. The IW100. So yeah, go ahead and make a. Oof. But like I said, it's still burst 3.
I definitely missed.
Yes, you did.
I think I don't know the official grenade rules, but
yeah, usually
the Pathfinder ones are fun.
Usually, what I do is I assign clock faces on a D6, and but this isn't really a grenade. It's just a flame rifle. But so 5 is an average failure. So
that's boxcar. But no, it isn't boxcars. I rolled a 1 and a 2.
This area here catches on fire very closely to this Droyne warrior, but it's not bad enough that it catches him.
Good.
Right. And just that whole circle is now gone up in flame. Did you have any movement left? Did you want to?
That's a movement fire.
Okay. Mel, what would you like to do?
Well, I missed a few sessions, so I'm a little. I don't know what assets I have. I'm going to assume that I'm using.
Yeah, I mean, you can
some EAP rounds.
You could pretty much be equipped however you want coming out here. If you wanted to wear HEV armor, you are perfectly welcome. This planet does have like a shirt sleeves environment, but obviously because of the biologicals and whatnot, you might have wanted to wear the hostile environment suit or
right.
And as far as gear goes, have at it.
All right. So, but the Destinex went down. I'm assuming the Deepnight Revelation is much farther away.
Oh yeah, it's up and
we don't have any serious mass drivers to just drop tungsten rods all the fuck over this planet.
No, not on short notice. The
Damn,
so the
is
problems.
Monsanto in this portion of the fucking
So the
galaxy? Do we have Roundup to drop on these fuckers? It seems logical.
oddly enough, there is some work heading in that direction, but it's not quite there yet. So Revelation is mostly equipped with laser turrets and, of course, its particle beam spinal mount. The particle beam, is next to useless going through atmosphere. As soon as it hits that atmosphere, it makes a really neat light show, but it doesn't penetrate because it's a particle beam weapon. It doesn't penetrate through the atmosphere to get to the ground. The lasers will penetrate, but they are somewhat attenuated because of atmospheric gases and whatnot, and so they only do about half their normal damage, which is still destructive damage. It's still times 10, but instead of like 2D, they're only doing 1D worth of damage. So that is a possibility. With them, when they had contacted you about something bigger coming from the surrounding forest in multiple directions, it was kind of assumed. Pardon me, I'm coming down with something. It was assumed that a part of that is that they are also they are launching their ships, and so additional ships. So there will probably be some other ships flying around, but they're not here yet, and they'll be doing artillery as
Yeah.
well.
But beyond artillery, we like seriously Monsanto. We don't have any herbicides to fuck these things up.
No, well, and not only that, but I mean, um, looking at Revelation, pull it up. So here is the full stats on Revelation. It doesn't have any missiles. It's got a point. It's got point defense batteries, and everything else is sandcasters and energy. So, I mean, the scout ships do have missiles, but again, they're not quite here yet. So the uh, the counter agent. So right now you have the counter agent to stage 2. Stage 1, basically, when injected, it gives you guys a bit of a inoculation against the fungus, against the Deepnight entity. Stage 2 of it, which you guys are at, is more concentrated, and it will essentially cause damage when sprayed on the Deepnight entity. But the biologicals themselves are not really a part of the Deepnight entity, so you guys don't really have any herbicides or anything. You don't have any Agent Orange on you. I mean,
Well, that's a
thinking
fucking
ahead,
problem that needs to be fixed because we have run into these fuckers the last several systems.
that's yes, they and this part of this is the reason why this particular area was important is that Revelation is going through a section of space that is of low stellar density. So it kind of had to go through this direction because this was the only route available. And it is believed that this cluster of systems could possibly be the cradle of where the biologicals originated from. But you haven't. I mean, you're not positive, but this particular world is probably not the birthplace of the biological. So you more than likely have not found it yet.
All right. Well, we need to get over here, right? We need to get over by this door here. That's where Sarda was aiming.
Since you brought it up, go ahead and make a recon plus intellect. or your choice: recon plus intellect or education.
Well, that's a literal no-brainer.
Right. Okay.
Nice.
So you notice that these biologicals, even the big heavy lifters that you are seeing, do not look as robust as the ones that you have encountered in the past. I wouldn't necessarily say that they're sickly, but they are not. They do not appear to be as strong or as healthy looking as ones that you, for instance, the ones that you encountered on Wildwood when you first ran into them. These guys seem like they're
Okay.
maybe malnourished.
All right. Well, as much as I want to go after that heavy lifter, I'm not going to because I don't have a handy dandy missile battery to shoot and blow up. So I guess I'm going to lay down fire. I'm going to have to move. I can move that far, right? What was the distance on that?
You can move 6 meters with a minor action. I would say that's probably about right.
All right. So I need to ping these guys over here. I'm going to ping this. There we go. That guy. That's blocked by this building, right? So I really only have a shot on this guy,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
All right. I'm going to light him the fuck up.
All right. What are you shooting?
I'm using my I guess my Gauss subby because that's all I've got. Well, I have a Deepnight carbon, but the Gauss I've got heat browns. So I'm gonna light this fucker up.
So the
AP9, Auto 4, Blast 3. Let's go.
Subby has a range of 50 meters. So yeah, he is certainly within 50 meters. You can go for it.
So I roll 4 times, right?
Yes. If you're going full auto, yes. There's 3 hits. And you're using heat rounds, right?
Yep.
I always have to look this up because they did heap a little bit.
That's 16 rounds gone. Okay.
So and this does 3D plus 2. So that gives it
And
an
I'm
AP
not
of 6.
so I don't know why this is I don't know why I chose. So I created this thing based off another thing. I mean, did I screw it up? So I've got it at 46 plus 2, but that might be because of the heap. I don't know why it's not 3d6 plus 2.
So the standard damage, I will show you what I'm looking at here. This is the slug weapon chart. Gauss submachine gun does 3D plus 2 regularly with AP 3. the With the heap ammo, that increases to AP 9. It has auto
Yep.
4, and it says
And blast 3.
Yes, because it's plus 1d for the damage. So yes, it's got AP 9 plus 1d minus 25% range. But yeah, so it would do 40 plus 2 for damage, AP 9, which this guy only had armor 2 anyways. So 3 of those hit. Wow, that first one, I don't even know if he can get through that. There we go. It's all at once. Wow, he survived with 1 point of strength left. But he, your first shot, chews him up. Second shot just splatters him completely. And the third shot, brain. I want to say that the brain case. I think they have some special armor on them. Huh. They don't tell me a whole lot about that. Well, your third shot does 15 with AP 9. This guy's toast. Brain case and all is just chewed up and left to rot. Our heavy lifters. That's really sure. I had a sidebar for a lot of that. Interesting. Anyways, our heavy lifters. This guy. Sure. Coming from this guy up here, and you guys can feel it in the ground where you're standing, you start to hear or feel more than you hear this low frequency sound starting to rumble out throughout the ground, and you can feel kind of like a vacuum has been created and that the air is getting sucked in towards this guy. This guy over here. He's going to move to right here and worry about it next round. This guy. I think he's going to. He can't do much, can he? Damn it. Yeah. It is what it is, I guess. And then he's going to miss. This building down here explodes. A bunch of windows and glass blow out of it. Um, oh, you know what, Mel? Go ahead and we didn't we ran you at last in the initiative. Go ahead and roll TD plus your Dex or your Intellect for initiative. See where you should be in the stack.
Save it all.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't click my guy. Oh, never mind. It still recognized it. Okay.
Yep, it gotcha. So actually, that puts you at the start of the round. So that whether it's the start of the round or the end of the round, it doesn't matter. Lifters went. The ambulators. They're going to open up with bones. Oof. Ouch. So up here, these two ambulators start chewing up these warriors, Droyne warriors with bone spitters. This bone spitter is going to run up on this guy and just flat out try to stab him, but he's at +0 to hit. Yeah, he misses. The Droyne ducks and dodges, and this guy is going to. He's going to run past him and flank him. And these guys up here are going to stay behind this heavy lifter. Might be smarter than the uh, average ambulator. Sarda, what are you doing?
Um,
Hey, there he is.
these Droyne warriors, they haven't moved from up here.
No, they are. So, yeah, you're right. Eskrikoi runs inside. These two Droyne warriors stay where they are at. This warrior is going to come up here, and he's going to open fire. Right. He has an assault rifle. Sure, why not? Yeah. He's a better shot than the ambulators are. Ooh, he hits. Okay. For 11. 5 gets through. Uh, he'll go auto too. Do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah. This so he opens up full auto with his with his assault rifle, just and chews up this heavy lifter. It's limping. It's hurting pretty
Nice.
bad. These are technicians. That would be dumb for them to. Let's warrior. Go ahead and move over here and attempt to affect change. And these technicians. What do they have? Oh, fun. Good luck, everybody. That's a miss, but not by much. One of them throws an incendiary grenade and catches that building on fire. Hey, there we go. He takes out. He ends up taking out this heavy lifter with an incendiary grenade. It catches fire and just collapses. This guy is also going to take 19. And this guy gets caught on fire, and he's limping, kind of on the ground. All right, so Sarda, what are you doing?
I'm gonna move to here and fire at basically this guy right here.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy in the middle. Because you said that guy's dead. Well, he's probably a big burning corpse.
Yeah, he's moving. Both of these guys are on fire, but the one in front, this guy, right here, he's down on the ground, kind of flailing around and trying to move around.
Sure. All right. So let's see if I can roll higher than 3. Hey, all right.
Oh, yeah. All right.
And it is burst 3. I don't. How does that work in terms of damage to people that are not the prime target?
They
separate
they take all the damage up to that range. So
Okay.
I mean, you're looking.
Yeah.
Basically one of these circles.
A little more fire for the building.
Yes. So yeah, go ahead and roll your damage, and we'll see if these two guys.
23 damage. Looks like it's 23 damage.
23. Okay. Well, this guy is toast, and both of them are dead, just from fire damage alone. Back to Mel.
Okay. I need to move up. Each one of these hexes is how many meters?
1.5, I want to say. Yes, 1.5.
All right, so that's 6 meters there.
Yeah, it's 4 hexes. Is that right?
All right. Can I get?
Yeah, it's 4
that
4
guy?
hexes is 6 meters.
I use the measuring tool.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
It works pretty good.
All right, I'm going after the big scary looking dude.
My problem is I always forget to turn off the measuring tool, and I try to move my.
I do that too. Yeah.
Oh, got it once. Oh,
Ooh, one hit out of all of that. Who are you shooting at?
I was shooting at the big boy.
Up here.
Yeah.
Okay. One hit for a total of 9 damage. He's gonna take 3.
AP 9, man.
Oh, that's right.
Come
AP
on.
9. That's right. So he's gonna take all of it. So he's gonna take 9 damage. You hit him. He's still chugging right along, and you can see that air is getting sucked in. There's like leaves and stuff on the ground. Air and whatnot is getting sucked in to him, and you can still feel this.
He's the one making all the noise, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, you can feel this like bass thump in the ground.
I was just concentrating fire on the fucking subwoofer over there.
Yes. Yeah, he sounds like a Honda at a bass competition. And he lets it loose. And so in a let's see, 15 meters.
If you're engaging both strength and guaranteed, that's not Sparta.
Oh, he's gonna get Sarda. So this is 4D.
I gotta say that I'm sort of a fan of shooting somebody and then having him go after somebody else.
Right. So this thrumming throb in the ground finally culminates, and you see this blast radius come out of this guy in a big bass-like thump, dealing 11 points of sonic damage to everybody in a 15-meter radius.
Certainly gets me.
Including his own guys. They don't seem to really care too much about friendly fire. I guess they get back because
I didn't get hit. I'm far away.
that's true. That is true. Yeah, that's not good for this warrior. He falls unconscious. He also falls unconscious. No, that's fine.
Now,
Sir,
does armor provide any protection against sonic damage? I don't know how that works.
it does. This is kind of a new thing, so I'm going to say yes, it does.
Okay. So I have it's armor 16.
Okay, so your armor is rattled pretty badly, but it doesn't. But you don't take any damage from it. It doesn't get through your armor. But yeah, this thing just kind of goes
Okay.
boom, and this kind of shockwave comes out.
Is there? I mean, I don't have any form of like hearing protection. Is there any kind of penalty from that?
No, I think you're probably okay.
Okay.
It does. So this thing, they call it a thumper, and the way they describe it is that it essentially it says causes a rapid expulsion of air which produces a low frequency sound and pressure wave up to 15 meters in all directions. So it's kind of like a combination of sonic and mostly a air concussion wave that this thing throws off. This one. He's gonna start thumping down here. And the warriors. This warrior is gonna step on up and try to do something about this. Or do something. Actually, he gets another one to that. So and that's a plus one. He drops that one. And he outright kills that one with his assault rifle. Better than nothing, I guess.
And then I was like put together this genetic picture, but
Oh, he's dead. All right. So he kills him. This drone's in melee. Hmm. Oh. Okay. Evidently, they're pretty good with machetes too. Damn. Actually, gets another one to that.
Too much of the medication until now has been trial and error. Recent breakthroughs
doing
now. Genetics do not have.
I get this thing being a pain in my ass. There. And this guy, last but not least,
And change how you activate. You can turn up and turn down the frequency.
he throws an incendiary grenade.
So he shoots the caregivers, including the one James met who took care of his father and meant to help out. James now one of them. His book, he inherited mine.
Okay, so down here, these guys are. This guy lights him up. There we go. And this guy, these two are in melee. The Droyne has dropped his assault rifle and pulled out a machete. And this Droyne threw a incendiary grenade on this guy who is activating his thumper and has lit that area on fire. We are finally to Pappy. Pappy, you probably aren't all the way back here. You're probably at least that close. You're probably keeping up with the group.
Oh, okay. I was like, because I was just gonna run. That's all I was gonna do that turn anyway.
Right, yeah, you're probably at least that far. What would you like to do?
Now that I'm not just running, I guess let's see here. The ones down here, I don't have a line of sight on anybody, it looks like, so I'll just kind of join up with the group and maybe get a line of sight over here. I don't know. 1, 2, 3 hexes, so I don't know what I can do after 3 hexes. I mean, I'm shooting through a lot of people with a laser there, so I don't know. I can't hear you.
Yeah, that is true. You would be firing through people.
Like 5 people.
That's true.
I don't care about friendly fire either. What?
Right? Yeah. I don't know these droids. Screw them. And Mel will understand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm good with that being my turn. I mean, I stuck around that building for a while, so I mean, I get it.
Sure. I mean, if that is what you want to do, or you've got another 2 minor actions, you can move if you want. You saw that.
I mean,
the Askerkoi, the leader cast droid, ran into the building, and these technicians are moving in that direction as well.
I mean, maybe I'll go that way, provide some cover for him just in case something is waiting for him. Because we're all trying to go in, right? We're not trying to or are we trying to kill everybody before we go in?
Might be women and children inside type thing.
Women, you say? I'm just playing.
I haven't had
I'll
a
just go
droid
in
yet.
because I feel like staying out here is probably not the best idea, and there's a lot of people out here for only a few left.
Right. Well,
so there is
and
that
I mean,
one.
this is only the first wave. I mean, from what you heard from Revelation's orbital scan, the entire jungle on this island has come to life. And it's not just this island. Like, there's an entire island chain. I'm going to show you guys.
Oh, well, in that case, then I probably wouldn't even have bothered to run this way. I would have just ran straight here.
So
I'll
this
just
is
run in the building.
This is more or less what the surface of this world looks like. And so You guys are all the way up here. This is where Desnex landed on this particular island, but all of these islands had overgrown, ruined cities on them. There is one large, I mean, if you want to call it a continent, you can. It's really anywhere else; it would just be a big island. But aside from that, rest of this world is mostly water. But from what you understood from Revelation, the the vegetation of the entire world has come to life.
Let's get the hell out of here. We chose the land on the wrong planet.
Yes. Well, So yeah. Okay, I see where you moved to. All right, I gotcha. Starta, what are you doing?
I'm a little worried about what's happening behind us now. Looks like they're not doing as well.
Quite a few back there.
But I think I'm too close to the front to change directions at this point. So that fire, it's burst 3, but I don't believe it persists. Right? Is it safe to
I
walk?
I would say that it probably persists. So these are gone. I would say that they probably burn for about 3 rounds.
Okay.
Um,
And this guy's down, right? Okay.
yeah, both of these guys with the little skull and crossbones are down. They're not dead, but they are very badly wounded.
All right. I'm gonna move to here, and I will fire at Biggie.
Okay. That's something else to keep in mind. Droyne are short. They're like maybe 3.5 feet tall to
Uh,
maybe 4 feet tall. So I mean, a
I'm,
lot of cases you
I'm
can shoot over them.
yeah.
Oh, now you tell me.
I'm trying to make it look like I'm taking cover behind that metal thing, but it's mostly the droid.
uh,
Let's see here.
that
That
is
would
a
be
hit.
11 fire damage.
Okay. This guy is now on fire. You burst him, light him up with fire. Everybody can make a recon plus intellect check.
Recon plus intellect. That's not the right tab.
Check on it.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you all got it. At the very edge of this map, all the way over here. All these bodies are starting to get in my way.
Yeah.
There we go. And him. All the way over here, at the edge of this part of the city, and pretty much on the horizon line, you can see the trees and whatnot all kind of like moving and almost vibrating. Like you've seen this before with the biologicals, and it seems like all of this plant life has come to life. But even beyond that, you can see the entire ground rising up on the horizon as something like beneath the ground is moving towards the city. Oh, of course. I of course removed the the guys that had the initiative. That's why I was leaving. There we go. So, Mel, what are you doing?
So are we try? So we're gonna try to outrun these guys and get into this building, right? So we should probably take these out. I'm gonna go after the fucking. I'm gonna move up again, and I'm taking another shot at this heavy lifter.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fucking unload on it again. Oh, for the crap of God, fucking hit once.
you
Nope.
got 2 in there. So, damn. Second was another 16. This heavy lifter goes down.
Nice.
Yeah, you light him up. 2 of your bursts from the auto fire catches him, and you see this thing just crumble to the ground and is on fire. These technicians take that opportunity to run inside, and so Pappy, you're already inside, right?
Yep.
Okay, I will get to that description for you in but a moment. Down here, this heavy lifter lets loose. Okay. Third. This guy goes unconscious. This guy goes unconscious. The ambulators. This one he just stabs him outright and kills that Droyne warrior. Actually, you guys have done a pretty good job of clearing clearing this area. This ambulator is still kind of crawling around on the ground, very badly wounded, but he's not able to do anything. So, Pappy, you ran inside this building, and these Droyne technicians are kind of right on your tail with all of this going on outside. And when you come in here, you see that the Droyne leader, Eskerkoi, has climbed up on a train, but it's not just any train. This thing has had bits and pieces of scavenged metal welded to it, and it is now like this Mad Max style armored train on a monorail track.
Epic.
And
Okay.
it's got a big at one point at the top it has a big turret on it that one of the technicians runs up and ignites. It's a big flamer in the turret, and it's got spikes and blades on the sides and all sorts of stuff hanging off of it. And Eskerkoi and the technicians are in the process of trying to get this thing powered up. And you can see that towards the like strapped to it and kind of hanging out the back, there are a number of what looks like they've used duct tape and baling wire to attach these large lithium batteries that'll power this thing. And they're in the process of hooking them all up and turning them on in order to power this train up. So, Pappy, what would you like to do?
Um, I mean, I'm not really an engineer, so that's not really my strength. But maybe I can use some knowledge that I have to help him out because I feel like we're about to make an awesome break for it.
Sure, you can. I mean, you can make a mechanic plus. It would be your choice, either engineering, power plus intellect or education, or you can make a mechanic plus intellect or education. Your choice.
I'll go mechanic. I have mechanic. Why not?
Okay, so I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't take much to run around flipping switches and plugging in wires, and you're getting these batteries hooked up. And every time you flip a switch, there's some sparks that come flying out, and you can hear another part of this train kind of hum to life. And the first thing that you can really immediately notice is that this train is now a lot heavier than it was originally. And you're looking at this, you're even questioning if this thing's going to stay on this monorail track or if it's just going to create a shower of sparks as it goes down the mono line. But you're
Like,
sitting
I
there,
don't think this is supposed to work this way.
right? Yeah, you're just sitting there powering stuff up. Starta, what are you doing?
We can hear combat still going on to the behind on the other side of the building, right?
Yes.
So I think I'm gonna move to get over there. So let's see. And yeah, I'll get to basically here, and then I guess aim or
Sure.
I guess that's it. Yep,
Okay.
that's me.
All right. Mel, what are you doing?
All right. The biological ambulator right in front of these three warriors. He's got a skull on him. Is that because he's on fire?
He's on fire. He's had taken several shots. He's down and squirming on the ground, and that's about all he can do.
And Sarda's gone south to heroically sacrifice himself for a single Droyne warrior against two fucking biologics, right?
Yeah. And you got something big coming into the city. When I say big, it's like the size of this map is what's
Yeah,
bringing the dirt up.
I figure that whatever's in the building might be important, and we might need to protect it. That's why I was guessing it might be the women and children.
Okay. All right, I'll go down. That's all I can do, I think. It's double move.
Sure. I mean, you've got one more minor action. You can move. You can triple move essentially.
Yeah, but I can't use that for like a single shot, can I?
No.
All right, then I'm done.
Okay.
Well, I guess no. I guess I need to move 4 more. All right.
Okay. This heavy lifter is going to move to there. And you guys can see that this thing is equipped with, it looks like all the other bone splitters, except that it is massive. It's like a starship sized gun. And he cuts loose with a big blast from it and misses and hits this building. From inside Pappy, you see a bunch of bone splinters blast in and come sticking through the wall from inside this building. You can see there something hit it from the outside, and you see these big bone shards coming through the wall.
In my best Jeff Goldblum, must move faster, must move faster.
This guy does not have any ammo in his gun. So he is running right up on this droid, but he can't make an attack. He's ditched his or just ignored his gun, and he has popped out a big bone blade off of his other arm, and that's what he's intending to attack with. So Pappy, you're inside. You get these batteries are all powered up, and this big hunk of junk train is kind of humming to life, and it starts to lift, and it's on this maglev track, and Eskakroy tells you just he yells, he says, everybody needs to get on the train now.
All right. I will run outside and be like, get your asses in here.
Well, I would imagine you would have a comm dot. You don't have to necessarily run outside.
All right. I will use technology. Get your asses in here.
Okay. Sarda, you get Pappy telling you guys need to get inside.
He yelled to this Droyne warrior to fall back, and I do what I told him. Do what I told him to do, and I run inside.
Okay.
To join everybody else.
Okay.
Hoping desperately that Droyne warrior somehow survives.
He makes an attack, and he comes. Actually, you know what? He just about makes it. Mel, what are you doing?
I cast teleport.
You cast teleport. I'm going to use dimensional door.
Or teleport with air. Teleport without air to get me back to the Deepnight revelation.
Yes.
That sounds better. That sounds much better to me. All right, so I can triple move.
Yes. 18 meters. Full move with 3 minor actions.
There you go.
Okay. So you guys essentially you all meet up. These 2 remaining Droyne warriors make it inside. They leave their injured comrades outside. They have they have no time, and they move on. Another weird thing about Droyne is that in a lot of human societies, you will have a case where in a combat situation where a leader will valiantly stay behind to make it so that his, in a last ditch effort for the rest of his men to escape. Droyne are the opposite. The best thing that a leader can do is be the one to survive, because then he can go on to be the leader for more in the future. If a leader's lost, then it takes more time for them to birth another member of the leader caste. And so the most valiant thing for a Droyne leader that they can do is actually survive the confrontation and escape. And so these guys, they just leave their wounded, and Askerkoy is motioning everybody to get on board this big train. I don't think I even have a picture of the train itself. I do not. But he gets you guys on this train, and one of the technicians throws the lever, and this train takes off, kind of shooting down this track. And looking outside, you can see that this track kind of takes off and kind of meanders through the city, but it looks like it's heading towards the docks and the industrial network that was on the docks and on the shoreline of this city. And
Did I just get left behind?
No, you
Okay.
you get on, and as you're looking behind you, you can see that there are, out of the forest, there is just a wall of ambulators and heavy lifters coming out, and of course the ground raising up, and something larger is starting to move very quickly into the city. You can see that as it's moving into the city, there are buildings that are collapsing beneath it. It is so large, and you realize this train's not moving nearly as fast as you would like. it is overweight with all these batteries and the armor and whatnot. And you can see that these ambulators are now at a full run and are able to kind of almost keep up with the train. And they are just below the track. This track is probably suspended a good 50 feet above the ground, and these ambulators are like ants. They're climbing on top of each other and trying at an attempt to get to the track so that they can start running along the edge of the track. Um, Everybody roll a recon plus intellect.
We're going to get on top of the train.
Okay, you all see it. So the buildings that are collapsing down behind you, and this swell of the ground, looking out towards the back of the train, you can see that something finally erupts from the concrete of the city, and it is an enormous biological. Eskrikoi yells out that it is a big one, and that's all he calls it. And this thing is trying to attack not only the rear of the train, but attacking the tracks itself. And Eskrikoi is telling his crew that they need to concentrate fire on the big one. And so one of the Droyne is up there trying to shoot fire at it from the turret of the flamer. Other Droyne are kind of shooting at it with their assault rifles. It doesn't seem like it's doing a whole lot. What would you guys like to do?
We can't call it a tactical nuke, right? Destinex is down.
Destinex is down, but Revelation has launched some of its other craft, specifically other scout ships that have weaponry. You could have them start shooting, doing artillery on the ground if you want to try and thin the numbers.
It's so close to us. It's so close to us. I don't know that
Danger
I trust.
close.
Danger close. That's what I'm saying. Danger close.
I don't know that I trust. I don't know that I trust them trying to hit it.
Right.
Especially with it on the tail of us.
Details.
I've got some engineering experience. I can try to go to the front and see if I can help it move faster, but I'm not great at maneuver systems.
Sure. Go ahead. In this case, because it's on a track, it wouldn't be a maneuver system. It would be an engineering power plus your choice, intellect or education.
Yeah,
I've got that.
Why don't you do that? Okay.
I'm gonna go duck around, throw the colored logs in, make this fucker go.
Yeah.
Go break 88 miles per hour.
Like throw some Everclear in there. I don't know what the trick is. I'm gonna go look for stuff that I can throw out the window or something to make us lighter weight.
Okay.
Start looking for excess baggage or anything that I think looks too heavy.
Do we need this Droyne?
The giant metal plates along the side of this thing.
Yeah, like those are kind of doing the job.
So Mel, go ahead and make a engineering power plus intellect or education.
Oh fuck! Time to roll a 1. Fuck.
So
a 1 and a 2 gets me to 7.
You are sitting there trying to get some extra boost of power out of these batteries, and they are currently giving you as much as they've got right now. Sarda, you can make an investigate plus intellect check, intellect or education check.
There we go. God.
So no, you're not. You're everything that you were thinking of trying to lose off this train is either riveted or welded onto it, and you're just or
So
it's a
people
battery.
there's people screaming at me, don't touch that. You know?
Yes,
It's like,
but they're saying it in Oin Prince, so you can't understand them, but you get the gist. Pappy, what
yeah.
are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot stuff because
Sure.
I'm not engineering, but I can shoot shit. So
Yeah. You
I'm gonna
got.
try and do like a well aimed. And looking at this thing, does it look like it has any kind of weak point that I can attack?
The mouth.
Yeah, you can try aiming for the mouth.
All right, will do. I am going to like go up to the turret, like steal myself or position myself however I got to, and try to hit the mouth. So let's see how that goes. Do I have any pluses or negatives to this?
I would say that you definitely get some bonuses because of the size of this thing. I would say that it's just a routine 6+ in order to hit it, rather than the normal 8.
All right. Here we go. Does that hit?
Nice.
That is a
Holy
hit.
crap. That is a lot of damage too.
So these things.
I like lasers.
So that's 36 damage if it's difficulty 6.
These things do not have armor because they're just a bag of hit points.
Yeah.
Did I get it in the mouth?
You did.
That's what they typically do. That they just make the monsters just are giant bags of hit points. Sometimes they'll have armor as a special thing, but usually
you can see that this thing's got multiple bone cannons on it. It has these weird like protrusions that appear to be kind of like elephant trunks that are hanging off of it. That are they are able to move around. They're ambulatory, and you can see that that at the bottom of it seems to have one of these thumper devices on it, or several of these thumper devices too. But oh, I'm sorry, it does have +12 for armor. Oh wow. And so this thing's just it's bristling with these weapons. But you hit it in the mouth, and you can see that it kind of rears its head back, and then it's stunned for a minute, and then starts to go back for the train. We'll go back around. Mel, what are you doing this time?
Convincing myself to play a fucking drone dude next time, so I have A10 warthogs ready to fucking roll whenever I need them. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna try again to get. Clearly, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I was trying to put incendiary logs inside of not a steam engine. It's batteries. Fuck. I should try something different.
That's what I was doing wrong.
I'm assuming there'd be a negative to this. You tell me what it is.
No.
Because I fucked it up the first one.
No. You find a cross switch, and you are able to boost the power of the train, and you can all feel that this train suddenly gains a burst of speed. It will maintain that extra burst of speed for the next 6 rounds, and it starts to pull away from the rest of these guys.
Now call in orbital strikes.
Yeah, Pappy, you can make a recon plus intellect.
Recon plus intellect. I can recon with my intellect. Yay, I see everything.
So you see two of Revelation's scout ships come in, and they kind of flip over inverted so that the turrets are pointing towards the ground, and they unleash their beam lasers and a couple of missile strikes on the ground. And you can see that the entire area, of course, with these missiles doing obscene amounts of damage. You can see the city behind you just start to go up in flame and explosion as this weaponry cuts through a swath through the biologicals as they're swarming up behind this train. Sarda, what are you doing?
I'm kind of giving up on fine crap to throw over, and I'll head to the. I'll head to the roof of the train to see if I can't help with shooting at this thing.
Okay, go ahead and make a athletics dex check.
All right. Holy crap! Did it again.
Happy, you can make an athletics dex check.
Am I trying to catch someone who's falling?
Possibly, yes.
Athletics Dex. Here we go.
You just catch Sarda as he's trying to climb up to the roof of the train, and he falls, and you grab his wrist and kind of pull him back up at least halfway onto the top of the train. He just kind of lost his balance because this thing is taking off faster now.
Thanks. It looks a lot easier in the movies.
No problem. I got you. I got you.
If I was gonna be dancing on top of it like fucking NSYNC did.
You see one of these elephant trunk like appendages on the big one kind of point up, and it releases this boiling stream of green liquid that hits part of the track. It misses, and it hits part of the track behind you, and you can see that the track just kind of melts. It's some kind of acidic venom that this thing can spit out. In addition to that, you've got, of course, a bunch of these ambulators that were running along the track, but now the track behind the train, but now the track has melted through, and a ton of them just kind of fall off the track and land in a heap on the ground below you. Everybody can actually, Mel, you can make a recon plus intellect check. Okay, so you can see you're kind of in the front of this train, and you're monitoring these batteries, which their heat level from what you did. Yes, it boosted your speed for 6 rounds, but the heat level on these batteries is running into the critical range. You can see that this track is ending at this industrial area on the docks. And Escacroy is starting to pull the brakes to slow down before running into this industrial area. And he tells you, he says, as soon as the train comes to a stop, we have to get off and run to the dock where we have a submarine.
All right.
What?
All right.
Okay. Shit just got real.
Sarda, what are you
I
doing?
ask him.
Oh,
before you,
go
I
ahead.
ask him. Do you need this train again?
He says he tells you, he kind of shrugs and says something in Oinprince that your translator kind of just says, translates kind of, it is what it is. This, and he tells you that the train was our last ditch effort to if we had to make an escape from the city, and so
It's doing what it's supposed
it's
to.
doing what it was meant to do. Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to fire at this thing, but I think at the range I'm at, I've got to fire with my Gauss pistol, which I don't even know if I can hurt it. I mean, if you want me to roll, I will. But
Sure, you just get all you need is a 6 or better.
oh, okay. All right. Well, let's do some auto. Hit barely. And second one, holy crap, hit
Both hit.
barely. It's armor piercing 3, so
Okay.
I don't think either of those got through because you said it had 12 points of armor, right?
It does.
Yeah, so neither of those got through.
Yep. So you let off a full auto on this thing, and you can see that the bullets hit, but you don't see that there was any appreciable damage. Pappy, what are you doing?
Look, man, if you're gonna shoot the damn thing, you gotta shoot it right.
I'm using a Gauss pistol.
Yeah, they don't do as much damage as the laser.
I mean, I could handle the laser rifle off my sidearm. I'm like, you want the sidearm?
It's all right. The flame rifle is just too short range.
Oof. Pappy misses too. You both notice that the train is starting to slow down, and you look down and you can see that the mag brakes are on as this thing is turning around. You can see that you're quickly coming into port, and Pappy, you kind of lurch to one side as the brakes kind of grip, and your shot goes wide with the laser.
Hold this thing steady, damn it!
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oof. Pappy, what kind of armor are you wearing?
I think I was one of the few people that actually chose to come with some kind of armor.
If I remember correctly, yeah, you had something.
I'm in polycarbonate.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly which one I picked because I never remember, but I had something that had armor.
I mean, there of course is the heavy environment suit. I don't know if that's.
I don't think I went that hardcore.
Let's see here. You might have just had the standard general vac suit. This one.
Yeah, I think that's what I have. General purpose.
Okay. So this thing spits some of that venom on you, and your vac suit, the armor plating on your vac suit, you can see where it just melts away some of the outer layer, and it almost gets through, but not quite. The
I
train
pooped myself.
the train suddenly starts slowing down even more and comes to a stop in this or on this loading dock for what looks like at one time had been a factory. You can also all of you see, well, I mean, obviously the Droyne are jumping off the train and are running into this what may have been a factory. But you can see that this area looks like it may have also been a point for a last stand. There's a large parking area that is out in front of this factory, and you can see where there were obvious signs that there were makeshift barriers that were set up. Some are like concrete road barriers. Some are just dumpsters that people have moved into space. Some are just makeshift walls, and you can see that in certain places it looks like a caustic chemical was dumped down off of the top of these walls, and it hit or ran down the wall and it hit the parking lot and kind of splashed out, and in that whatever that caustic substance was, you can see that there's a bunch of dead vegetation in it. So this was like a last ditch battle before the city went down. And you can see that the Droyne and Eskerquois they're running into the factory. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna rig this thing to explode. Lithium burns like nobody's business.
That's true. You could do that if you want to make a electronics power plus intellect or education. You can do that.
How about I do that?
Yeah.
Nice.
How long are you? I mean, are you just setting it and running, or are you trying to be careful about it and set a timer?
I want it to be on a timer, but it cannot be like fucking 10 minutes. It's got to be. We've got 2 minutes to clear and get to the damn sub.
Okay.
Sort of situation. Everyone off the ship, off the train.
Sure. Okay. So you set it for about 2 minutes and tell everybody to run. Pappy, what are you doing? Mr. Pappy.
What happened?
So
This thing's going to explode.
Mel set the batteries to overload, and he says you got 2 minutes to get to the sub and get the hell out of here. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, I'm going with them for sure. Yeah, I'm running to the sub. Shit,
Okay. Okay.
That didn't take much convincing at all. Yeah, sub it is. Yeah, shit.
Sarda, what are you doing?
I'm heading to the sub.
Okay. So you guys all run, and you run through this kind of busted up factory. It looked like it was probably a canning factory of some kind, probably fish. And you run through this factory out to the other side, and there is a long dock, and parked or docked along this dock. You can see that there is this beat up, almost modified, similar to the train in a lot of ways, but there it is a sub, a cargo submarine. And these are the stats for a cargo submarine. The only difference between this cargo submarine and the one that you have is that the one that is docked here does have torpedo tubes that have been built into it. They are not original manufacturer items. They were kind of tacked on, and it can only fire 2 of these. 2 torpedoes total is what it's got. But Eskercroy is telling everybody to get into the sub, and as you are climbing into the submarine, you see the train explode, and you kind of, it almost sounds like a screaming roar as the train ignites and goes up in a rather large fireball as it catches this big one. And you can see this big one took it pretty much in the face and is now on fire with a lithium ion fire that is going to probably burn for some time. Climbing into the sub, Eskercroy immediately sets course. Get rid of that.
Hopefully, there's no kelp variant on this fucking biologic.
Right? I don't like the way he laughed.
And so,
Damn it.
So Eskercroy sets course and to get the best possible speed, he stays kind of on the surface, but he floors it to get out of there in a hurry, and sets course as you guys take off and leave the city behind. And as you're looking behind you, it almost looks like the city itself has come to life. There's so much movement and vegetation in the city that everything seems to move on the skyline behind you. And they take off.
I would like to ask whose idea it was to land on this planet again.
It was not mine.
It seemed rather rushed.
Yeah. Let's see.
Might have been mine. Who knows?
I feel worse for the scientists that were in the ship.
Oh yeah, damn. Good point.
Yeah,
They just got dragged along and now they're dead.
yeah, that's true. You lost a biologist and a geologist, probably Stimpy. So as the sub is taking off at full speed, you can hear a ping come from the sonar.
Ah,
Who would like to make an electronic sensors plus
Uh, I'll-
intellector education?
I'll volunteer if they'll allow me.
Sure.
Plus whatever bonuses or penalties the ship may.
Yeah,
Good
it doesn't give any bonuses, but an 11, you are able to pick up that there are 3 rather large creatures, and Eskrikoi, he kind of looks, around you at the sonar, and he says something in Oinprinth, and your translator translates it as sea monsters.
Excellent. Yes, seaweed. That makes sense.
I jinxed it. My bad.
That makes sense.
These are what the sonar is picking up.
Damn, it is a biologic. All right. Well, since we're over the water, can we see about having our ship come down and get us now?
I don't know how safe it is. We may need to get pretty far out to sea.
So, Eskrikoi tells you that normally they wouldn't be traveling this fast in the sub. The movement through the water is what has attracted these 3 sea monsters. And so one option would be to slow down, dive, and attempt to evade them. The other option would be to try to go as fast as you can and outrun them. And he doesn't seem like he's overly confident in that. To your idea of calling in your ship, Eskrikoi doesn't particularly like that idea. He essentially is saying that he's taking you guys to their colony, and essentially what what his stance is that either we all escape or none of us escape is kind of his idea for the Droyne.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
So what would you guys like to do? I mean, those are kind of the choices he gave. If you have another idea, have at it.
I'd say we dive, because I think diving gives us the option to run later, whereas running doesn't give us a second option.
That's true.
I support that.
All right. So they batten down the hatches and they dive, and they cut thrust on this submarine, and so they're creeping along at half their speed, generating.
How precious are torpedoes? Would one of them fired off possibly lead these things to follow it?
That could be a possibility too. What was that?
Depth charges.
They don't have any depth charges, but they do have 2 torpedoes. And so, yeah, you could definitely try to do that as well if you wanted to.
Because if the sea monsters are attracted to the speed of the submarine, and the submarine suddenly dives and slows down but fires off a torpedo, they might go after the torpedo.
That's true.
Yeah, they're not exactly. It's like the biologics aren't like super smart.
No, they are. No, they are most certainly not. Yeah. Does any of you have gunner turret?
I think I do. Or do I just have gunner?
Nope.
I mean, even gunner, you'd have it at 0.
Yeah, I've got gunner at 0. That's where I'm at.
I do have gunner turret.
Nice. So you can make a gunner turret plus dexterity check. Well, you launched a torpedo.
God. I mean, that's all it really had to do.
On a parallel course with where we're going.
Go ahead and roll a d6.
I don't want to.
A 2. So from where the sub is, if you're like right here, that torpedo heads off in this direction. It kind of, you launch it and it turns and veers to the northeast, off in this direction, at a obviously at a high rate of speed, much faster than the sub is going. Good question. Let's see. I don't know. These guys are pretty dumb.
Pink, yellow. I don't think he was bad to say.
So
So
Sarda,
first
so this torpedo goes off, and Sarda, you notice that all 3 of these sea monsters start veering off of their course and chasing the torpedo.
Right. Yeah, I'll say, go deep, go quiet. They may have taken the bait.
Good plan. Good plan.
The Droyne technician that's running the sub kind of dives a little bit deeper, and they maintain their speed. And you guys, after at this speed, it takes a bit. It takes about 4 days, and you finally reach all the way down here, this island way down at the off the southern point, the southwestern point of the main continent. You arrive at this island, and the sub finally surfaces and comes into a makeshift sub pen that has been constructed, and there is this Droyne village of about how many were there? Not many. They are
Hopefully a decent number because we had about what, like 15 of them with us.
Yeah, 58. There are 58 other Droyne that are all that is left of the cities that were on this planet that are now living in this like makeshift little colony. And you can see that they have a bunch of technology that they've scavenged, obviously, from what's left of the cities, and they've kind of set it up, and they're not, they are surviving, and they are making the best of the situation, but they are certainly not living. And Esker Croy kind of invites you in, and they, what little food they have, they readily share with you. And he kind of goes off and has a private discussion with what you can only determine is this colony's group of elders. And after a few moments, he comes back and he looks at the 3 of you and he says, "It has been decided. We will go with you." That's all he says.
I don't want you to come with us anymore.
Excellent.
So he does. He goes on to explain that he and the 58 Droyne that are here will join whatever crew you have wherever you're going, but they want to be kept together. They want to maintain their culture and lifestyle together, no matter where they go. They kind of feel like they are the last living remnants of this colony, and so no matter where they go, they want to remain a family kind of situation, and so that's his only request, is that they will basically be their own chain of command. He will be their spokesperson. He is the leader of leaders. And so if anybody needs any of the other Droyne to do something, to please ask him first, and he will relay that to the rest of them. But that's
That is not at all how a spaceship works.
right. Yeah, that's his only request. But they are tech level 10 Droyne technicians and warriors, and there's other ones here too, possibly. There are. Let's see. Yep, there is him and two other leaders, and the rest are all technicians or warriors. They don't even. That's the only cast they have. None of them. If anybody were to ask, you haven't, but none of them have any psionic abilities. They they talk about how some of them had these abilities in the past, but none of them survived. And so after a short while, you're able to get into contact once again with Revelation, and they send down a series of ships to pick you up and take you back to Deepnight, um, back up into orbit in this system. Um, I guess
Not our best exploration.
yes, you are here. So this, and I know that Mel didn't see this before. This is the region of space that you're going through right now. They're at Delta. PPBO stands for probable point of biological origin. Um, they explored Alpha. There's nothing there. And I believe they explored Gamma, and there was nothing there. And then they went to Delta. Um,
Can we torch the planet?
you certainly can. You can cause. You've done this before. You can pick up, asteroids and point them at the planet and cause them to destroy the world. Yeah, that can be done.
Do we have any qualms about doing that?
The Droyne don't care.
Not me.
Once everybody's off, no problem.
So yeah, you will spend probably another week here aiming asteroids at Draitserv and throwing a big monkey wrench into the biologicals on that world. While during this week that you're aiming these asteroids, you learn a little bit more about the Droyne that were living here, and what you are told is that a evidently another ship arrived. This is about 25 years ago, roughly, maybe 30 years ago. And this other ship was also Droyne. At first, they thought that the ship was, a new group of Droyne. It wasn't. It was actually from the name. It was from the far side of nowhere. The Dual Alliance, and they were also Droyne. And when they showed up, the Droyne on Draitserv had already been dealing with the biologicals, and they were getting more and more bold. And some of the cities had already fallen by that point. And these Droyne that came with them convinced the Droyne of Draitserv that instead of hiding or trying to be passive with the biologicals, that they should rise up and attempt to exterminate them, and that Droyne together are strong. And so that's what they did, and that only seemed to inflame the situation worse, and more biologicals showed up, and that's when the entire planet was just overrun with these plant creatures. And Escacroy says we should have never listened to them. We should have kept doing what we were doing. The colonies would have survived. Many more Droyne would have survived if we would have just not gone on the offensive. and instead we listened to them, and this is what has happened now. He does tell you that that the records that they were told from that ship, that ship had discovered another location, but it was another Droyne location in this little cluster at Beta, and but they said that they didn't examine it very much, but they found a very ancient structure on Beta, and their description was that the reason why these Droyne had said that they believed that they should rise up is because they had seen firsthand that the biologicals can be defeated, and they saw that from orbital scans of Beta before they continued on. And so that's the only information that they have at this point. So you can continue on your way, or you can try to put a stop to the biologicals completely, if that's what you want to do. Which basically the captain and the first officer of Deepnight are asking, what is your recommendation? Do we put a stop to the biologicals as best we can and investigate Beta, or do we continue on our way?
I want to take them out.
That surprises me, but I'm on board.
Okay.
We're going to have to come back. And if we don't do something about them now, it's going to be far worse.
Yeah, these things seem to be spreading. So, I mean, they're almost as bad as the entity.
Right.
So we will pick up next week with you guys coming to Beta and discovering what Escrocroy is talking about as far as this ancient structure and the defeat of the biologicals. Pick that up next week at 6 o'clock.
Cool.
Sounds awesome.
Cool. Appreciate you.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks. Take care.
Easy.
You too. Have a good night.